Mainers are in shock today. We'll have the very latest information on the mass shooting in Lewiston last night. 18 people are confirmed dead. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. The search continues for the man police believe is responsible. Our David Ledford has the details. And the legislature's Health and Human Services Committee met Wednesday to talk about issues plaguing the state's public guardianship system. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories coming up. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, here we are Thursday afternoon. We have some clouds that are moving through as well. We might get a few breaks to show a little bit of sunshine from time to time as well, though. We will be watching for chances for rain coming up later on tonight in a few spots. So let's zoom things out right now as well. A lot of it going to the south for now, but eventually we're going to get a wave of energy moving in from the west, going toward the east, and that'll give us some chances for a little bit of rain coming up pretty soon. So let's get into this right now. Some clouds for a bit as well. Maybe a few breaks to allow some sunshine. By around midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning, some rain showers possible in a few spots. Of course, all this will be out of here by Friday morning, maybe even some sunshine coming out for a while as well by that point. The wind's thankfully not a big deal at all, roughly calm as we move forward, maybe up to 5 miles per hour at worst, but by Friday morning though, here we go. We're seeing just a little bit of a breeze at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that'll be about it. So the wind thankfully will be behaving itself as we do move forward. So in general for today, we'll say a mostly cloudy sky. There will be some sunshine from time to time as well, with highs in the low 70s and a southwest wind at around 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight though, we'll say mostly cloudy, some rain showers on the way, with lows in the lower 50s as south wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour at times. As we move ahead towards your Friday, lower 70s, the temperatures will feel nice with a mostly cloudy sky and a southwest breeze roughly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, a mostly cloudy sky, temperatures roughly in the 60s and 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. We've seen them happen throughout the nation, hoping it would never happen here in Maine. Breaking overnight, a mass shooting in Lewiston has killed 18 people and left many others injured. A massive manhunt is now underway to find the man responsible. Police are investigating incidents at multiple locations and are telling local residents to shelter in place. Our team has been covering the situation throughout the night and this morning. Reporter Corey Bouchard is standing by in Lewiston and joins us live with the latest. Corey?
Good afternoon, Susan. That is right. We have been covering this all night and through the morning. To recap what happened here, there was two active shooter situations, one at the Spare Time Bowling Alley in Lewiston and the other behind me here at Schmenge's. It is a restaurant and pool hall in Lewiston. Police believe that Robert Card is responsible for these shootings, and they are currently looking for him. Last night, his vehicle was found in Lisbon at the boat ramp, and a manhunt has been underway since then to attempt to locate Card. Now, we've been, again, like I said, we've been covering this all night, all through the morning. The number that we are hearing right now that has been reported, 18 dead, currently numerous wounded from these two active shooter, these mass casualty situations. A press conference was held a little earlier, and we have our David Ledford, who is standing by at Lewiston City Hall, where that press conference took place. David?
We are due, but we do have some updates on the situation. Earlier today, both Governor Janet Mills and the Maine State Police held a press conference where they went over some of the details about what exactly happened last night. At this time, it is confirmed that 18 people are dead. Eight of those people have been identified, and there is an arrest warrant out for the suspect, Robert Card, who is currently being charged for 8 counts of murder, but that number is expected to increase as more of those bodies are identified. It is worth noting that Card is considered armed and dangerous. Here's some more sound from earlier today when that press conference took place.
Our reality for today is that this suspect is still at large, and we want to provide community support for the victims, for the families, and the communities across the state. But we also have an incredibly strong laser-like focus on bringing this suspect into custody.
These law enforcement officers, in the face of danger, responded swiftly, selflessly, and with great bravery. Bravery that they continue to demonstrate today as they search tirelessly for a person of interest.
both President Biden and Governor Janet Mills together issued that all state and U.S. flags be lowered to half-mast. And state police are asking that anyone with information about what happened last night to call the state police tip line at 207-213-9526. That's all we have for now, but we will continue to bring you more information on this as it is updated throughout the day. Until then, back to you, Susan.
Thank you, David. The shooting is also attracting attention from around the nation. President Biden was briefed about the incident before a state dinner at the White House. He'll continue to get updates as the situation unfolds. The FBI says it continues to work with Maine authorities and is ready to assist with any resources the state may need, including help for the victims. The national media is also in Maine covering our nation's latest mass shooting. ABC's Ika Jachi has the details.
This morning, a mass shooting tragedy unfolding in Lewiston, Maine, the state's second largest city. Police responding to shootings in at least 2 locations.
There are multiple scenes in the city, to include multiple hospitals, a lot of witnesses we're speaking with.
Law enforcement identifying 40-year-old Robert Card as a person of interest. Authorities say he has a history of military service, is a firearms instructor, and was treated at a mental health facility over the summer after allegedly saying that he was hearing voices.
If people see him, they should not approach Card or make contact with him in any way.
The first call came in around 7 o'clock from a bowling alley hosting a youth night for a kids' bowling league. One witness saying she heard a loud bang before her father, a retired cop, corralled her and her family into a corner.
I kind of laid on top of her, and my mom was kind of on top of me.
Riley Dumont was bowling with her 11-year-old daughter when she heard several shots. During the chaos, she said she saw 3 or 4 bodies on the ground. The second shooting scene, a local restaurant about 4 miles from the bowling alley. Card on the run overnight, triggering a shelter-in-place over in Lewiston and neighboring Lisbon, Maine, where police say they found this white Subaru believed to be owned by the suspect. The car seen with the door open and lights on. Sources say hundreds of federal, state, and local law enforcement are assisting in this active investigation. Police as far south as New Hampshire setting up roadblocks, trying to confine Card in case he's on the run. Authorities earlier releasing these surveillance images showing the gunman at one of the shooting locations.
Looks like to me an AR-15 or some version of it. Looks like to me that he's got some sort of extended magazine. I mean, typically those weapons, you can maybe shoot up to 25 or 30 rounds with a standard magazine.
President Joe Biden and Attorney General Merrick Garland have been briefed. The White House releasing a statement offering full federal support in the wake of this horrific attack. Lewiston is a relatively small city of 36,000 people, which experts say could be an advantage to investigators.
I think it really increases the odds that somebody knows who the shooter is, because you're going to probably, or do have, survivors at each location, I presume. So with that, you can start tracking this guy.
Authorities didn't reveal a motive overnight. Maine Governor Janet Mills releasing a statement urging all people in the area to follow the directions of state and local law enforcement. Also, Lisbon schools have been canceled for Thursday. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
President Biden has released a statement after reports of the shooting in Lewiston. It says, quote, "Once again, our nation is in mourning after yet another senseless and tragic mass shooting. Today, Jill and I are praying for the Americans who've lost their lives, for those still in critical care, and for the families, survivors, and community members enduring shock and grief." It goes on to say, quote, "For countless Americans who have survived gun violence and been traumatized by it, a shooting such as this reopens deep and painful wounds. Far too many Americans have now had a family member killed or injured as a result of the gun violence. That is not normal, and we cannot accept it." Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, more than 100 new laws here in Maine went into effect on Wednesday. We'll take a look when we return.
Fox 22 and ABC 7 have a great way for you to save money on dining out. It's half-off dining from foxbangor.com. Just click on half-off deals and start saving. Be watching for our featured deal every Thursday at 9 a.m. Plus, we add bonus deals all the time. You can buy $50 gift certificates for $25. Also, check out half-off fun while you're there too. Half-off dining at foxbangor.com. From Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart, and Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family by a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Here with At Home Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring in Dover Foxcroft, we are proud to be the one-stop destination for all of your interior home renovation needs. Here you'll find our amazing kitchen design team and our flooring installers on staff and ready for you and your custom projects. We have over 50 years of combined experience, and we will work with you from start to finish, including design, demo, and cleanup. So come on down and see us and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Bangor police are looking into the death of a man who was found on Grove Street Wednesday. They were called to a residence around 6 o'clock when the man was found deceased on a porch. Detectives also responded to the scene to look into the death, and the man's body was taken to Augusta for an autopsy. At this point, police say the death is not considered to be suspicious, and they don't believe it's connected to the deadly mass shooting in Lewiston. The legislature's Health and Human Services Committee met Wednesday to talk about issues plaguing the state's public guardianship system. The committee hearing was scheduled after it was reported that 8 adults under public guardianship died under unclear circumstances. Lawmakers heard testimony from probate court judges, advocacy groups, and DHHS on what changes are needed to provide a safer environment for adults in the state's care. There is currently a law requiring any deaths of people under state guardianship to be reported to the Health and Human Services Committee. According to committee members, that has never happened.
It appeared that historically this was not occurring. Part of our goal here today in sort of examining that and whether or not there might be a means by which to modernize that standard.
DHHS says they have reviewed the 8 adult deaths, and they say many of them had severe conditions like cancer, dementia, and traumatic brain injuries. More than 100 new laws went into effect on Wednesday. They range from small rules and regulations to major policy changes. A law allowing physicians to provide abortions after 22 to 24 weeks is one of them. Previously, this was the only allowed if the mother's health was in danger. Another law allows cities and towns to provide naloxone in public places such as municipal buildings, libraries, and more. In transportation, a new law instructs drivers to slow down or, if safely possible, to move to a non-adjacent lane when passing any disabled vehicle on the side of the road. And the Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry is implementing a new open burning law. It requires one-day permits for larger bonfires, campfires, and other recreational fires that exceed 3 feet by 3 feet. The new law also states that if a red flag warning is issued by the National Weather Service, no recreational fires are allowed.
We don't want people to think that they can't have recreational campfires on their property anymore. They just, you know, if they keep it small, they won't need this additional permit. But if they're going to have a large one, they will need the permit.
These permits are free and can be obtained at maineburnpermit.com after 9 a.m. fire danger report. A scary moment for construction workers Wednesday afternoon in Clinton when police say a car passed a flagger, triggering a head-on collision with another vehicle traveling through the construction zone. Maine DOT workers were repairing the shoulders along Route 100 with the right lane going southbound into Clinton blocked off. Clinton police say shortly after noon, a red Subaru traveling southbound toward the roadwork passed a car that had been stopped in front of a flagger. The red Subaru then drove straight into oncoming traffic, hitting a black Hyundai head-on.
There was a possibility that they might have experienced a medical event. We don't know that for sure right now. But he did swerve around the line of traffic, avoided them, and then hit the person head-on that was headed northbound on Route 100.
According to the officer, the two victims suffered only minor injuries. No construction workers were hurt. After the break, there's a new Speaker of the House. We'll be right back.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary, call now to see how a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan could get you some big benefits, including this all-in-one WellCare Spendables debit card to use for over-the-counter health items. Find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. A WellCare Medicare Advantage plan is designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, coverage for prescription drugs, dental, vision and hearing, and the WellCare Spendables debit card to make getting the coverage you need more convenient. The WellCare Spendables debit card can be used for over-the-counter health items. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan with a $0 or low monthly plan premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 or low monthly plan premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-877-282-3827 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, and we make them easy to use so you can support your best health. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free guide will provide information to make a smart choice for your health care coverage. Just call 1-877-282-3827. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information, so call 1-877-282-3827. Call today.
Why do I love Mainers? Where do I even begin? You know, they're just honest, awesome people. They'll tell you what they think and why they think it, which is great, especially in news, because we want to know what people think and how they feel about issues. But they're also they prove time and time again that they're just hardworking, genuine people who have compassion for their neighbors and just are looking to be good to each other and help each other. And Mainers are awesome.
There's a new Speaker of the House. He's second in line to the presidency. Many people are asking, who is Mike Johnson? Here's ABC's Andrea Fauci.
After more than 3 weeks, the House has finally elected a Speaker, Congressman Mike Johnson of Louisiana.
The Honorable Mike Johnson of the state of Louisiana, having received a majority of the votes cast, is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Having served only 6.5 years in Congress, he has the least experience of any speaker in 140 years. Johnson is known for his conservative views and led efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election results.
The country demands strong leadership of this body, and we must not waver.
He's earned the support of former President Trump, who is taking credit for Johnson's win.
This time yesterday, nobody was thinking of Mike. And then we put out the word, and now he's the Speaker of the House.
Congressman Matt Gaetz nicknaming him MAGA Mike Johnson.
If you don't think that moving from Kevin McCarthy to MAGA Mike Johnson shows the ascendance of this movement and where the power in the Republican Party truly lies, then you're not paying attention.
Johnson now in a crucial role for the 2024 election certification, but President Biden says he's not concerned.
Just like I was not worried that the last guy would be able to overturn the election.
The Biden campaign using Johnson's win to garner support, sending out a fundraising email saying it only underscores why it's more important than ever that we win by just as big and decisive of a margin as we did in 2020. The first vote under Speaker Johnson yesterday was a resolution supporting Israel. The House must also take up funding for Ukraine, something Johnson has questioned in the past.
Another crucial task is a looming government shutdown, with government funding set to expire November 17th. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Now to the Middle East. Israeli troops launched a brief ground raid into northern Gaza overnight. Israel says troops hit several militant targets in order to prepare the battlefield before a widely expected ground invasion. Iranian-backed militants have been launching attacks in recent days on U.S. troops in the region, but the focus remains on the hostages being held in Gaza. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, possible movement in the effort to bring home more than 220 hostages, including Americans, taken by Hamas militants during the October 7th attack in Israel. Qatar's prime minister says negotiations to release hostages are progressing. It comes as Israel delays its ground invasion of Gaza for now, amid significant pressure from the White House urgently pushing for more time to free hostages.
Israel has the right, and I would add responsibility, to respond to the slaughter of their people. But that does not lessen the need to operate in line with the laws of war.
President Biden says he spoke with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu again yesterday about the hostages, foreign nationals wishing to leave Gaza, and the importance of focusing on what comes after this crisis. Biden also called for an end to attacks by Israeli settlers on Palestinians in the West Bank, a territory larger than Gaza, home to about 3 million Palestinians.
I continue to be alarmed about extremist settlers attacking Palestinians in the West Bank, that pouring gasoline on fires.
In Gaza, neighborhoods are in shambles, and the healthcare system is collapsing after more than 2 weeks of Israeli airstrikes. Local reports say 12 of 35 hospitals are no longer functioning, with more facilities running out of fuel for generators and medicine in short supply.
The hospital door is open, but the health care is not provided. If the fuel is zero, simply the doctors and the nurses will go home, and the hospital will turn to big morgue.
Only 8 trucks of humanitarian aid got into Gaza yesterday. Before the war, more than 400 trucks arrived daily. The UN says its operations in Gaza could shut down in the coming hours if fuel is not delivered. The organization says its departure would end a lifeline for Palestinians in the war zone. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Hood milking you. It's why we do what we do, day in and day out. Making milk you can trust, with no artificial growth hormones. And we protect Hood milk with our light block bottle. We care about our milk because we know how much you care about what you give your family. So you can feel good about Hood.
We won last year. We won this year. Now you win too. It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or Ioniq 6. Lease an Ioniq 5 for $299 a month. Plus get a complimentary EV charger and installation credit. Hurry in.
A new study suggests regular exercise could decrease the harmful effects that come with sitting down too long. Previous research has linked sitting for long periods of time with a higher chance of an early death. Now, a new study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine finds about 22 minutes of daily exercise could counteract the negative health effects of extended sedentary behavior. Researchers examined data from roughly 12,000 participants who were 50 years and up. About half of them sat for more than 12 hours daily. Researchers say those participants had a 38% higher risk of death compared to those who sat for 8 hours, but managed to get 22 minutes of moderate to robust daily exercise. In all, researchers recommend 150 minutes of exercise weekly. The long-awaited auction of the Perk plant in Orrington took place yesterday, but didn't end the way that stakeholders wanted. A small group of bidders came to the site in Orrington to bid on the real estate and personal property as a whole. Employees had hoped someone would buy the plant and reopen, saving the jobs that have been on furlough since the stoppage of work in September. The bad news is that no one came in with a minimum bid and the auction failed. They now wait until November 2nd, where they will try again. Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, your full weather forecast brought to you by Healing Hands Massage in Hampton, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for their clients. Stop by Healing Hands Massage today. You'll thank yourself later. Alrighty, so here we go. So we have some clouds moving through as well, maybe some peaks of sunshine from time to time as well. We've seen that taking place for most of the day, but otherwise, those we move forward, we're going to be watching for chances for some rain coming up soon with a very active pattern setting up shop. A lot of precipitation across parts of the Midwest and the South as well. But this front right about here is going to help to allow some precipitation to lift in our direction later on tonight, with a few rain showers possible before we're all finished up there. Futurecast moving forward for today, mixture of clouds and some sunshine from time to time as well. Later on tonight, though, is when things change, where showers look to move in roughly at around midnight or so, last to at least 2 to 3 a.m. before that starts to get out of here, and then we're dry as we start things off. Friday morning with a mixture of clouds and sunshine, any rain showers that develop will mainly stay to the north. 1 or 2 may try to sink to the south from time to time, especially Friday night and a parts of Saturday morning, but otherwise we're looking okay as we do move forward, as a lot of the activity will stay further off towards the north. As for the rainfall chances, we're going to run this through the next few days as well. Notice so between now and Sunday, Caribou, possibly another half inch or so of rain before we're all finished up. A little bit further down to the south, notice so not very meaningful at all. You might get a little bit of rain, and that'll be about it there, just enough to maybe wet down the walkways. But as for the wind, notice the winds really behave themselves today, remaining rather calm for today, maybe a breeze at 5 miles per hour at best, and that'll be about it. As we look at it towards tomorrow, maybe a little bit of a breeze, but again, the winds continue to behave themselves as we do move forward. So that is at least some good news that we can report there in the wind department. But our average high temperature is now 54 degrees, lower 70s today and tomorrow, middle 70s Saturday, and then we cool off. We have 50s on the way Sunday into Monday, the mid 40s again Tuesday, and also into your Wednesday. For today, lower 70s under a mostly cloudy sky, southwest wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we have lower 50s, mostly cloudy with rain showers on the way, and a south wind at around 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 70s again, mostly cloudy, and that southwest breeze getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here is looking at extended forecast brought to you by Healing Hands Massage. We'll be partly cloudy on Saturday with highs in the mid 70s, lower 50s Sunday with a mostly cloudy sky, and rain showers move in on Monday with highs in the low 50s.
Thank you, Devin. We'll have much more on the shooting in Lewiston and the ongoing manhunt. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great evening.